Anyway, man, you got a question from Blue Devil. What is it that if he comes back, what is he going to contribute to society?
Well, when he comes back, the first example that he's going to show you and me is how to be a good husband, how to be a good father, how to be a good grandfather. You understand me? And how to appreciate the sanctity of your family and your children. That's a perfect contribution to society.
Blue Devil. Okay, hey man, thank you. And people that are looking at this, I want you to tap to share and share this on social media, because you know what, Larry Hoover and Jeff Ford need to be out of prison. Jeff Ford and Larry Hoover need to be out of prison. You know. Right. Oh, you got another caller. Okay, we got another caller. Hey, how you doing, caller?
Yo.
Go ahead.
Yo, I was just trying to say, like, Larry, he's not in jail for no drug conspiracy. He in jail because he was trying to get political. Like, he was trying to organize a bunch of black people and show that we really had more than a monolithic voice, so that we can really get political, showing that we don't have to be 95% Democratic. You know what I mean? He was trying to organize a lot of voting blocks so we can organize our vote, and with our vote, we'll have a bunch of power.
Okay, I'm gonna have him answer that. Okay, thank you. He was saying that the main reason that he believes that Jeff Ford is in jail is because he was building a political structure that would have challenged the powers to be. Would you agree on that and elaborate on that?
Well, we already have been. You know, he must have just chimed in. Thank you for chiming in. You know, but we already have elaborated on that. We exactly saying that throughout this whole discourse. We exactly saying that.
Okay, and you know what? It's something. You talk about two great voices that can, and I think both of them, man, they even met together with Minister Farrakhan at some point in their lives, didn't they?
Well, you know, in humility, I was the person that introduced the conjunction of the Hoover structure with growth and development with Minister Farrakhan. You know, Jeff Forte is of course Islamic. You know, so they have a certain relationship. I don't deal with that. I got a brother that deals with that. I won't say his name, but he deals with that, and he's in. Minister Farrakhan is in cooperation and admiration of these brothers. He definitely believes that they should be free as political prisoners.
I know that from an Islamic point of view, Jeff Ford, he did convert to Islam. I think he's called Chief Malik. If I'm saying it wrong, it wrong, correct me.
No, that's what his name is, Chief Malik Al-Kaaba. That's his name.
Yeah. And you know, man, you got another call. You got another call, okay? Yeah, how you doing, caller? Hold on for 1 second. Hold on. I'm going to put you on there, okay? Hold on. Okay, he's got a question for you.
No, it's not a question. I was just trying to tell him I had looked up Jeff Fort's name on this little federal inmate system, and he actually got a release date for like 2024. So that's some good news.
You know of any truth? I don't see anything where he has a release date of 2024.
Yeah, he's coming home. They didn't give Jeff Fort. They didn't give Jeff Fort life. They gave Larry Hoover life. Jeff Fort never had life. He had like I want to say 30-something years.
Okay, we're gonna let him respond to that. Okay, thank you. You say Jeff Ford.
I would have to. I would really. I'm not saying that I don't believe him, but I would have to. You know, in order to speak to that, I would really have to have the facts in front of me. You know, I would really have to be taking a look at that thing. It's easy to find out though. You know, just like he did. All you got to do is just look on the Federal Bureau of Prisons inmate guide. You know,
I would say that's not true, because you know what? If he was coming home in 2024, that would be all in the news. You know, what?
21 now. So, I mean, you know, and then, you know, sometimes we misread the things that they give, You know, because they maybe one of his sentences expires in 2024. You know, but hey, it is what it is.
I would like to ask you something. That now I used to work at a prison, and I know that there are guards that are abusive to the prisons,
Right.
and they treat them like nothing. Man, I can remember going down. I'm not telling on myself. I can remember going at Cook County. You stand in line and you would get beat down even if you laughed. Okay.
That's right.
What can you talk to the guards that are abusive to the prisoners, and why do you think that they're abusive? Correctional officers that are abusive to the prison, and they're correctional officers that misuse the women at Dwight Prison in Illinois.
Wow.
Can you talk to them?
That I don't know. I really wouldn't know that. You know, but I remember back in the prison days when we were strong in the 90s, you know, that type of activity didn't happen. It was a cooperation. See, we was doing time on the long term. They was doing time on installments, because they would come in and they would have to do their 8 hours, their 12 hours, their 8 hours, their 12 hours. And a lot of the prisoners would appreciate it if we wouldn't get into no situations so that they can go home to their families. So it was a way of us being able to cooperate with them and them being able to cooperate with us. And it worked as a relationship. We knew we couldn't go home, but you're not going to make this a hell for us, you know, and everything worked out. You know, I don't know. I can't speak on, you know, what's happening then.
Okay. You got a caller. Go ahead, caller.
Oh, I have a question for the dude on the Falcon.
Go ahead.
Well, it can actually be for both of y'all, because both of y'all from Chicago.
Right.
Go ahead.
Yeah, my question was this way. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. Yes.
Yeah, I was just going to say, like, what actually makes Chicago, like, the most segregated and the most corrupt city? Like, why do you think Chicago is, like, one of the most segregated cities as far as, like...
Okay, can you hear that? Times? You say, why is Chicago segregated like this? Yes.
Well, where are you from?
He's from Florida.
He from Florida?
Yeah, thank you.
Okay.
Thank you for calling.
Let me say this to you. Chicago ain't the most segregated city. Every city is segregated. Now, whether you want to recognize that or not, but there's a place where the blacks are. There's a place where the whites are. There's a place where the Chinese are. There's a place where the Africans are that don't associate with the blacks, the islanders. Every city is segregated. And that's called survival of life.
That's true. Let me ask you something. Well, you know what I'd like to ask you? There's so many. There are men that go in prison, and they get violated. They get violated, taken advantage of, used as a plaything. First of all, if she can go to prison, how could a man avoid that? I'm trying to say it in a nicer way. Somebody taking somebody's manhood. How can you escape that? Give me 1 second, please.
That's rough. That is rough, because most of the times, you know, you
1 second, please. Go
ahead. Oh, you saying them 1 second? Okay.
Yeah.
From what I understand, there's something soft in you, you know, from the beginning. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what that softness is. I don't know if you were raised by, you know, all women or whatever, but something about you makes brothers that's been locked up and haven't seen a woman in a very long time, something about you reminds them of a female. So therefore, when they see you and they deal with you, they trying to bring that thing out of you.
You got another call. Go ahead, caller. Thank you. Oh, just 1 second. Go ahead, caller.
Yeah, my question was, who was more powerful out of King David and Larry Hoover? Was it like equal power?
Okay, thank you, brother. What city are you from, brother?
Oh, I'm from Atlanta.
Atlanta? Okay, thank you, brother. Thank you. This is a question he said he wanted. He said, which one is more powerful? Now he's trying to pit one against the other, which I think he can do. But which one is more powerful? I don't think it makes. But go ahead.
I'm not gonna do that because this ain't no situation where we glorify one over the other. So I'm definitely not gonna do that. Both of these men are very respected. Both of these men are very powerful, and it's all about being black at this point. And actually, brother, you sound like you the same brother calling and saying you from different cities. You know what I'm saying? Now, I'm not knocking you or whatnot, but you know, let's just keep this shit real and let's get the bullshit out of here. You know what I'm saying? This ain't about anything that you can get anybody indicted over saying some crazy shit. This is about keeping people in real perspective over the reality of what's happening. And if you on tinkering and tottering on which organization to follow, I can't help you with none of that. You know, you need